guys, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Fluffy. So on today's episode, I'm going to be showing you guys how I make rice and peas and stew beef. So if you would like to learn how to make this delectable dish, stick around. Alright, so as you guys know, I always like to start off my meat by soaking it in this mixture of water, vinegar, salt, and lime. And as I told you all in the previous video, you can always substitute the actual limes for either lime juice or lemon juice, either is fine. And then here I just have some red kidney beans. I just have half of the pack that I bought, and I have them soaking in cold water. It's always a good suggestion to soak any beans that you're going to be cooking the night before, because this actually helps to make them cook faster the next day. So just as a suggestion for any beans, just make sure you soak them overnight in some cold water, and then you will basically be able to cook them faster the next day. Okay guys, so while the meat was soaking, I went ahead and chopped up some vegetables that I'll be using for my seasoning. So we have some bell peppers. I have the green, the red, the yellow. I also have a few sticks of thyme. Then I have some garlic, and then some scallion, aka green onions. So all of these will be incorporated into my meat seasoning. So these are the seasonings that I'll be using for the meat. Again, this is just what I have in the cupboard. So we have black pepper, some crushed red peppers, garlic and onion powder, some meat tenderizer, some parsley, some oxtail and stew seasoning, a little bit of jerk seasoning, and some browning. Alrighty, so I've gone ahead and I've incorporated all of my seasonings into the meat. I did run out of browning, so I will have to pick some more up. But in the meantime, I will just be covering this with some foil paper and putting it in the fridge and letting it marinate overnight. Alrighty guys, so I've had the meat and the beans soaking for about 2 days now. I was gonna cook yesterday, but since it was the 4th of July, I decided to just spend the day with my family. So they've been soaking for about 2 days, which probably makes it even better. So now it's time to start the process. So what I have done is I've gone ahead and added the beans to a pot. I've added some more water on top of it, and I've also included parsley, a clove of garlic, and about 2 sticks of thyme. And we're just gonna go ahead and let that boil up for about 30 minutes or so on its own. What I'm doing with this pot before I put the stewed beef in it is I'm allowing the pot to heat up. A good tip whenever you're wanting to like brown your meat or fry it a little bit, you always make the pot get really hot before you add your oil. So I personally cook with coconut oil. That's my preference. You can use whatever oil you like, but that is just what I prefer. So I'm letting the pot get really hot before I add a little bit of coconut oil. You don't want to add too much oil because the beef itself already tends to be a little fatty. So just a little bit of oil to coat the bottom of the pan and you'll be good. Now that my pot is hot enough, I've gone ahead and added a little bit of coconut oil. And I'm gonna go ahead and start adding it. Alright guys, so I've gone ahead and I added the meat to the pot. I am just allowing it to go ahead and catch some color before I go ahead and let it boil. So since the meat has caught some color, I've gone ahead and added some water to this. And I'm just gonna go ahead and let it boil until the meat becomes tender. Alrighty guys, so now that the beans have cooked, I went ahead and added a small can of coconut milk like this. And then I also added 2 pieces of green onions, and I'm just gonna go ahead and let that cook some more. I also did go ahead and add black pepper as well as a little bit of onion powder, just to give it a little bit more flavor. So since I've had the peas boiling for a while, I am just gonna go ahead and take some rice that I just went ahead and washed and now add it to the pot with some butter and a little bit of salt. Alrighty guys, so after about 30 minutes or so of the meat boiling, it is now tender enough. So what I did was I just added a little bit of water into the seasonings that I used, and now I'm gonna go ahead and add that into the pot and just let everything cook together. Alrighty guys, so the stewed beef is pretty much done. At this point, you can choose to add potatoes or carrots. I actually ran out of both, so I didn't have any to add. So this is pretty much how it's looking. I did go ahead and add a Scotch bonnet pepper to my rice, and then I also went ahead and put foil paper on it. I usually don't use foil, but when it comes to my rice and peas, I just feel like foil kind of helps it cook a little bit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and let that finish, and I will show you guys the finished product. Hey guys, and here we have the finished product. So this is the stewed beef, and over here is the rice and peas. So that was today's meal. I hope you guys try it and love it and enjoy it, and I will see you guys next time on Cooking with Fluffy.